How wide is the whole flag? 30 feet. So how many stripes are there on this flag? 15. It's the only time in American history the American flag had extra stripes. And at first that doesn't make any sense, does it? The first American flag had how many stripes? The flag today has how many stripes? And every single one of our American flags from 1777 to 2013 has had 13 stripes, except the second American flag, created in 1795 and in existence until 1818. In 1818, Congress had to add 5 new states to the flag. They said, if we keep adding stripes, this could get out of hand. So that's when they decided to add a new star for each new state, but to take off that 14th and 15th stripe and set the number of stripes at 14. In large part due to the fact that after the War of 1812, the flag now had a symbolism and an emotional attachment to Americans that made its arrangement and design very important to keep uncluttered. In the first 30 years of its existence, Americans really didn't have that emotional symbolic attachment to the flag. Partly because it was just so new. It's like buying a computer with absolutely no software, right? You can do anything with that computer. The possibilities are limitless. But can you do anything with it right away? No. A brand new flag. It could end up representing a country that exists for hundreds of years and has a long and cherished history. It could stand for a country that's going to go down the tube bridge. They don't know. And when this flag is flying over Fort McHenry during the War of 1812, it's only been around for 30 years. It's a very young country. It's a very young flag. How many stars? And how many stripes? And how many states in the Union? 18. Tennessee, Ohio, and Louisiana have all joined the Union. In the late 1700s, 1803, and then in 1812, you get 3 new states. So how many states? But how many stars and stripes? So Congress not only added new stripes, but they weren't even keeping the flag up to date. Part of it is because you weren't rioting in the streets demanding the flag be changed and updated. Because again, as Americans in 1805 or 1811, what does this mean to us? We're not sure. Today, when we look at this flag, when we hold it, we go to the Smithsonian and see the original one that we're looking at 230 years of history. We tend to think of people like George Washington. We think of some of the most famous photographs in American history where the flag is at the center, right? The Marines raising the flag over Iwo Jima. The astronauts planting that flag on the moon. The firefighters in New York City. All that was to come in the future. When this flag was flying in defiance of that British fleet when the battle began, Americans still didn't have that until 25 hours. 25 hours after the battle had begun, it's over. And in the city of Baltimore, 2 miles away, 50,000 of us wondered, what? Who won? That's kind of important, right? Because if we lost, everything you hold dear in that moment is at risk. And in that moment, you're not thinking about the United States. You're not thinking about the president or the government. You're not even thinking about the state of Maryland or the city of Baltimore. In that moment, at 7:30 a.m., the last bomb explodes over the fort, and you desperately want to know who won, you are concerned for the safety of your family and friends. You wonder if that evening you're going to be sleeping in your bed, or if the British, when they burned down the city,
Ethan, come here.
will end up causing 50,000 Americans to be homeless.
Come here.
You wonder what that'll mean tomorrow morning when you don't have a job to go to, because the shipyards have been torched. Everything in your immediate life that is most important to you is suddenly at risk. So what do you desperately want to know? Who won? And you're going to know that at dawn's early light based on What flag is there?
Mommy.
All right, think about that.
No.
You have to wait an hour and a half to find out who won because Armistead
Okay, just wait till we
is not
finish.
sending out a tweet. Right? Just beat the British, LOL. You don't know. You're not watching this unfold in real time on CNN. It's not until 9 a.m. that Armistead, seeing that the British aren't doing anything, decides, you know what? It's 9 o'clock. We're going to do what we do every single day. Those soldiers stood exactly where you're standing now. They did exactly what you had. They brought out that giant flag. This flag had been flying at the beginning of the battle. What was the weather like? Raining. What else is falling over the fort? Bombs and rockets. So Armistead decides early in the battle to change the flag. Imagine wrestling this large flag to the ground in the rain under fire. In its place, they raised that one. The next morning, 25 hours later, you think that's flying out